Good evening and welcome once again to Beautiful Sound Studios in beautiful Buda, Texas. I'm your host, producer, and engineer, Jake B. Nimble Rodriguez. And we are going to continue with what we started a few days ago. I was kind of demonstrating the fader and an arcade in order to make beats. And so we created a little 4-bar thing, little groove thing, and we wanted to kind of continue with that. I'm going to show you a little mixing technique and some things, and just to kind of go a little bit deeper. We're just going to go deeper with this and see where we can take it. So you remember, here's our little thing for those that don't remember. And this was done with a Michael Jackson Don't Stop Till You Get Enough drum track. And then we took a couple instrumental pieces from arcade. So we're going to do some continuation with that. So the first thing I want to do is, just because I was looking at the video from before, I need to make these tracks a little bit higher and taller. Some of them are tall, but some of them aren't. So we're going to just make them all the same height. So we're going to make them all medium. Okay. And we're also going to extend them so they're a little bit bigger and we can see them better. So that's good. The other thing I noticed, and I got some of you guys that texted me about this snare drum riff that goes around as we listen to it here. So right there. So it did it on the third beat where it did the little turnaround. So that should be on the fourth beat. So we have it on the third and the seventh instead of the fourth and the eighth. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this down one measure, right? And we're going to grab this last measure and just bring it to the front. So now when we listen, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So we took that down. The other thing I wanted to do, and why did my measures wait a minute. Let's go back into this. This is crazy. We wanted these to be higher. There we go. I want to look at this snare drum also and listen to it and see what the heck is going on. So we're hearing a lot of noise. So we can go in here and get rid of some of this noise. Even this little bit of noise in the beginning here. And there's a lot in between there. So we can go through and clean all of this stuff up. Or we can just find one that we really like. Which I think this first one is kind of nice. Let's get rid of that there. And let's put a little fade on this. So that sounds great. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to make this our main snare drum through the whole track. How do we do that? We just take it. And we copy it and get rid of all this other stuff. We're going to copy it over each snare. Oops. Cut that. And get rid of that. And we can put it here. And here. So we have some extra stuff here. And this is the one that has the turnaround. That one there, okay. So let's go one more here. Copy this here. So again, we're just doing some editing that's a little bit deeper. So pull this back. Get rid of all this. Get rid of this. So we're getting rid of all the artifacts in between. So this is a much more consistent snare drum. That's not right. Let's see what we had there. Let's see. Should have probably checked that. So we're in between. So what we need to do is we need to take our grid, go down to 16th notes. That's the issue there. So let's take that, and we need to go here and then here. Let's hear that. Good. Now, so for those of you that may not know what I just did there, we're going to go into that in much more detail in another podcast. But so let's just get rid of that. And so let's hear that in context. More snare drum. All right, so we're good there. What we're going to do is we're going to go from here back, and we are going to highlight all this. Command Option 3. We have one track now, and now we're going to take this and go over the second half of the snare drum riff, which was there. So let's hear that. All right, so we're continuing with our snare drum, and so if we listen to that, and again, we're going to make sure we're getting that looped around. Here's the turnaround. Clap. Good. Perfect. And we have it going twice. We're going to turn this into an 8-bar phrase, so we're going to, same type of thing, highlight, shift, command 3. Okay. What else was I hearing about this? Let's listen to this kick drum. Do we want to do some of that with that as well? Okay, so the kick drum, we're hearing a little squeaky noise in there. Some of you that don't know, and some of you may not know, so let me explain this to you. So in an original drum set, the kick drum is the drum that there's a pedal, right? And your foot hits this pedal and it goes against, when your foot goes down, boom, it goes against the head of the kick drum, so, or bass drum. So there's a little bit of a squeakiness as you step on it, right? So anyway, I kind of like that. It gives it more of a authentic feel. So we're going to leave that alone. Our little groove. And then we have this. We have an 808 kick drum here, and it can really distort quickly. So we want to watch that gingerly. More for low end. So if we just listen to So let's go into some of this percussion stuff now. Okay, so there's the left side, and there's the right side. So what we're gonna, I just opened up an insert window so we can see it here. I want to go into this And I really want to go in and try to get some of the high frequency out of that track. There's this really cool, what I call and I've heard some things about this. I've heard people talk about this in different podcasts, talk about holding a Pepsi bottle and tapping it with a drumstick or a pencil or something to get like a glassy percussive feel. And I think they did the sort of same thing here. Okay, so I've got this EQ here. And we're going to start taking this high frequency up. We can cut all of this stuff out. We don't need anything there. And round this off a bit. I see some in there. We're just trying to round this up a bit. Let's hear it with the other one. Let's stick an EQ on there as well. And what we're going to do with this one is we're going to pull more of that mid-range sort of, well, it's a shaker, so it's kind of like a hi-hat. We could even probably start with a hi-hat. And we might want one that has a little sizzle, hi-hat air. So again, we're hearing some of that. Let's hear those together. Let's hear a kick and snare. I think I'm going to listen to this guitar a little bit. What I want to do is not have it playing every measure because it's becoming a little redundant. So let's see if we're going to just do some testing here. So I can highlight this and cut it, and I can come in here and I could mute it. And we're going to do these just for up to the measure. Just want to hear just that one riff going out on the first measure. And we might adjust that. Let's listen to it. Okay, so we might want to bring some of this back. We might want to get like a little thing there. go back there. The other thing, we might want to catch some of this. So maybe because it's the first riff, we let that fly a little bit. And let's let this go a little long here. Of course, we need to hear it in context, so let's hear it in context. So I want this to go a little longer. It feels like it's being a little stagnated there. So let's take this maybe to there. Let's see what that sounds like. Again, everything in context. Try that again. And let's hear this a little longer. Let's take this to the same as the first one. So we went to one beat after the beat to here. Let's take this also one beat after the beat. That might not mean anything to you, but it means something to me. But let's listen. Hang on, let's loop it. You guys like the way the percussion is sounding? You think that we need a little bit more? Here's our percussion here. There's the left side. Here's the right side. We're grooving, right? We've been grooving right along here, and I think what we need is like another element here. All right, so we got this plugged back in, and we were in B major, so we got to change this back to B major. Lock it in. So we're gonna come over here. Let's come over here and see if I can get this camera to follow me a little bit. Down here.
It's a rhythm of, it's a rhythm of, it's a rhythm.
Let's play this looped for a while and see what we can come up with.
It's a rhythm of our love. It's a rhythm of our love. It's a rhythm of our love.
Okay, we need to get a little more. Let's get a little bit more of this.
We've got a balance. 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 We've got a balance.
Let's put our clicker on so we can get 4 clicks to come in. 4 clicks. Turn our loop.
Now we play. We've got a balance. Now we play. Now we play. We've got a balance. Now we play. We've got a balance.
A lot of things we can do here. We just have to find something cool. So that's always the challenge. Again, sometimes we want to be careful not to do too much. It sounds cool here, but it's a little much when we start trying to do stuff in an actual song. So, but let's see what happens. We're just going to let it run and see what happens. So let's take our loop button off. Start here. Here we go.
Now we play. We've got a balance. Now we play. We've got a balance.
Okay.
Now we play. We've got a balance. Now we play. We've got a balance.
Okay.
Now we play. We've got.
There. You should probably go to full length.
We've got a balance. We've got a balance. We've got. Now we play. We've got a balance. Now we play. We've got a balance.
Okay. We'll go with it for the moment.
Now we play.
All right, we're a little hot there. So again, we don't want to see any red.
Now we play.
So on our approach this track,
We've got a balance. Now we play.
let's record.
Now we play. We've got a balance. Now we play. We've got a balance.
Okay.
Now we play. We've got a balance. Now we play. We've got a balance.
I feel like the song is like, as I listen to this, it's kind of like a chorus part here, right? So I feel like it's really missing like a real bass part. Oh, there we go. Let's go back here and start playing some of these 70s. Let's see what we got. Let me put this on loop. Going back here into Pro Tools, we're going to go into loop up here. I got something I'm locked into. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. This is the one that might be a little bit off. Okay. Same thing. Let's do something different at the end though. I know we didn't play it, but we can write it in. We can draw it in. Okay, let's hear it. Let's go back to our Pro Tools and let's add a bass. Okay, we're a little loud. Bring that back. Good. Okay, bass. So kick, 808, kick, snare, percussion, bass guitar, pad. This is going to go at the top, rhythm guitar after bass. Probably can get rid of the click for a minute. So let's start doing some mixing. So we're going to keep our 808 out for a minute, and we're just going to start with kick, pull stuff back. Bass. I should do this. One other thing I do when I'm mixing is if I'm working with drums right now, so we're going to put all of our drums color palette tracks. And so now whatever I do to this will give it all the same color. So let's go into something greenish, okay? Drums, bass guitar, we'll give it something unique, purplish. Rhythm guitar, something pretty in red. And then pads and voices, which are kind of similar, yellow. Okay, all this does is so it gives me a quick look and I can see, okay, my green is my drums, and I like to do stuff like that. So let's go back to our drums and bass. We bring in the 808. Rhythm guitar. We're grooving, all right? I know we were grooving earlier, now we're really grooving. So this again was just a little bit of a mixing tutorial, just kind of letting you see my process. We're kind of going to stop here, and we'll come back here tomorrow and continue. Have a great day. We're going to take off and groove out to this. Jake Be Nimble. Beautiful Sound Studios, beautiful Texas.